He laughed with Nicola. It's a long way to go. I'm a little unaccustomed. The sound of horses galloping. The Aveni came to the news. What happened to the room? AVG saddle stops reporting young master. Get in the car first. Let the princess make it clear to you. Izina is spirit. I was shocked to hear what Ellie said. Since coming back to the owner, Ellie handed out a letter to the exiled Cho, replied yes. You watch. Take it carefully and tear off the letter. In the letter, Igina wrote Master. I'm Igina, I'm a spirit. Sorry to keep you hidden for so long. I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye this time. Maybe you don't know. This condition is mine. How much trouble will it give you? Life in the Atlantic City. It's been the most comfortable part of my life. People take in people with no background like me. Give me a job and a place. So I'm very grateful. So because of the castle that he devoted himself to building. So I have to go. Maybe one day. Maybe we can meet again. I hope it's your Atlantic. Your ideals can shake me again. I hope you continue to hold my heart, Igina. What a stupid girl. When he finished reading the letter, he said, I remember Kier Igina once asked me. I will protect all races later. He replied that he lived in his territory. No matter who, animals or spirits, you'll protect. Leaving the memory, save serious facial style, he ordered the hunters to eat something. Waiting for Mina's order. Go get the complex bow. Nicola helped me prepare my armor. The three men who had been ordered immediately shouted out loud. Outside covered in clear blue sky. The gentle sun shines with the rustling of the wind. Stand in front of everyone and talk. If you agree, you can't say it without keeping your word. We're going to go to the Russian city, take the Asina home. Back to Igina. She's on her way to the Russian capital to save her people. In the sky, the big falcon FLIs. It's like watching your every move. Izina just held the bow. Just moved so fast on the branches. No more leaves. Blew suddenly a sprinkling sound. A broken tree branch. Igina, startled, immediately raised the bow shot towards. The noise appeared. She asked in a loud voice. AI there, the arrow FLIs so fast. Aim straight for the tree, where a blue-haired girl is sitting. Don't kill me, the pale-faced blue-haired girl, please. Izina jumped from the tree. Look closely at the girl and find out. You are a spirit. Don't worry, I'm a spirit. The girl looked at Izina and said in surprise. You are my love. Igina, a hand out, draw the arrow on the trunk down. Ask the girl you recognize me for what her name is. The blue-haired girl replied, my name is Kim. Bifat loves chess. You came here this time. It's also about rescuing the slaves in the SAO. Igina, just call me Igina. I heard the news and rushed here. Kimo is happy to answer, that's good. We've got 5 spirits in total. By the way, there are 6 people. The chances of saving your life are much higher. Izina continued to ask. Why are you here? Kim Mo said, go out on patrol. The other 4 are hiding in the cave. I'm going to take Lord Igina to see you now. 2 people, let's go to the hiding place of the other 4 spirits. Maybe we've come a long way. So Igina asked, how far is Kim Mu from the cave? It's coming soon, Master Izina, when you buy it. Izina keep reminding. It's dangerous to walk away from headquarters. Needle answered no Sao. Lord Izina doesn't know. A lot of spirits came to the rescue these days. But they're all arrested. I have to stop the blind people. Into this city, outside the Russian cities. Go one more paragraph. Kimmo leads Arena to fronted door painted animation. Kimu pointed to the cave. Kier laughed. It's here, Master Igina. Izina gives eyes for sides. I didn't find anything strange, so I didn't say anything. 2 people go into the cave. There are 4 other spirits now, sitting around a small fire. Everybody, look at me. I'm bringing AI here. Kim wants to talk. The 4 Kier saw Izina and immediately gathered him. You are a white man. Igina, can you call me Igina? Red-haired spirit with admiring eyes. I can't believe it, Master Sina. You're an idol among our spirits. A short-haired blonde spirit added. This time there is Master Asina. The chances of saving everyone are even greater. Master Izina, you've come to direct us. In front of everyone's enthusiasm, Iggy was embarrassed about this. Lord Isina, sit down. Have you eaten? Where I have barley bread. A pink-haired spirit takes the bass towards Igina, while a long-haired yellow spirit urge others. Hurry up and heat out the cake. Lord Igina must have carved it. What about Kim? She waved her hand to everyone. Ladies, let's talk. I'm out on patrol. I'm afraid there are still spirits in a hurry here. Like Master Igina. Blonde spirit sees Igina go so fast. I recommend Kim. Take a break. You've been outside too long. This time the patrol let me go Cho. Needles waving no hand. No need. I don't have the guts. I can only help with a few things. You don't have to follow me. Izina looked by Needles. But I still don't fully understand the situation. I'm not in a hurry to say anything. Around the flickering fire, everyone together talk to each other. Izina asked, is always Kimmo go patrolling outside Sao? The blonde replied, that's right. We want to replace her. Kimmo is going to send us back. You've been here for days. Igina handle ate oat porridge, continue to ask. All 4 of us arrived 2 days ago. What is the point of everyone's answer? Izina doubted, asked again. Kimmo doesn't come with you later. The pink hair is not. We found Kim in the forest. Kim said the other spirits were captured. Only she can escape. And then she's in this forest, waiting for more spirits to come. Help the spirits together. Izina suddenly understood everything. Blue eyes can't help but shake. It's not right. She immediately stood up and said aloud, we've got to get out of here. People around you don't understand. Ask again. Hurry up now, or you won't be there in time. Igina urged. Everyone around him held his bow and arrow. Run by Igina. Just came out the door. Igina with others was attacked by a group of soldiers in armor, sword handle on enclosure hand. Everyone in the Izina group is holding their bow up here. What's going on here? Why are we surrounded by knights? Izina immediately shouted out Kim Mu. This is what she did. Blob, blob. The applause came out of Igina from behind the riders. Smiling face that compliments, no tiger is white. Lord Igina. Of course, you're looking out the window. Facial tissue full of sinister, make the spirits of the 7 gods stutter. Why is she like this? Contrary to them, Igina calmly asked. When I came here, you deliberately made a noise for me to find out. Is it right to buy 2 hands? Red face full of excitement, admitted yes. It's just that I almost died. I can't believe a great character like you. Buy fat loves. It's worth 1,000 yuans. Suddenly, a rider behind the purchase hand on the chest. Make the bow gesture notice. The manager has come enough. Kimo nods, and then she turns to Igina and hands up to negotiate. Lord Asina, I advise you to drop your bow. Be obedient. Follow us. If anything happens to your O4D tribe, I'm not responsible. Igina Te has not yet bowed and continues to ask. You're the Dark Knight. You're the spirit. At SAO again working for the Black Team organization. Deceiving people is also spiritual. Kim put her hand over her mouth and laughed. Spirit, ha ha ha, stop joking. Then suddenly, Kim's eyes became red. In my dark eyes, I am a spirit. I have fallen into darkness. E.g. know with others. I can't believe my face when I see it. When buying, keep pointing hands towards them screaming. It's all caused by your spirits. Catch them all. Give me. If Lord Asina goes out or flees. The rest of the spirits killed me. Yes, the knights. In the Russian capital, dark clouds now cover most of the moon outside. The knights are moving around, taking turns guarding. In jail right now, Izina through steel frame. To the spirits that are in captivity, I'd advise you to be quiet. This non-Russian city has our people everywhere. You don't have a chance to escape. More, there's nothing wrong with being a slave for spirits. When buying, hand pulled up hair grinning. Sell you to the nobles. You can eat well and dress well. You don't have to be hungry outside. You should thank me. You're pathetic. Igina despised Kimo and was angry when she heard that. Tightening the bars of the cell. You have no right to say that to me. Kim frowns to remember the past. I was 12 years old in cold weather. My mother is chilled with spirit. You consider it a nuisance and throw it away. I swore that if the AI saved my mother and my son, I will worship that person as master. We have to destroy all the spirits. It was the Black Hero who reached out to save me. He gave me a chance to live again. About today, I want to see it instead. How many more spirits will come here? I have to find a net to catch them all. Ha 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 ha. Kim's laughter, echoing through the space in the prison. Meanwhile, outside the Russian city. In the middle of the night, the full moon, the space line, the sound of horses. It's the leaders, is to save the wind in dashing armor. They're on their way to the rescue. Esina students look at the situation in front. Turn to the wind. The Russian lady is next to the forest. Riding a horse through the forest. It takes 2 hours to get to Russia. It only takes an hour to walk across. When he heard that, he gave the order to get off the horse. Everybody in the forest. Yes, the people get off the horse. Tie the horses to the trees next door. I saw the wind holding something strange. Ask the young man. What is this? This is a wolf fighting flashlight. Save Feng replied. AVG goes ahead, hearing ears hear 2 words, anti-wolf. Come back soon. What's against me? Events. He stared at his master of the Atlantic. To make the wind look elfy eyes. Waving the light, hastily explained not. It's not that this is lighting in my hometown. She watched Liu Feng turn on the flashlight. A bright light shining straight on me. Aveni and DT are so dazzling. AVG and the souls cannot open the eyes. Unconsciously put your hands up to cover the light. After showing people the use of flashlights. To save the wind, Mina people. The same wolf team is running out of words. I looked at AVG and I still couldn't open my eyes. Okay, let's not waste any more time. Let's go. The group continues to lead the way. Then a strange noise came up. Immediately pull out your sword in front of you. Save the wind behind. Turn on the lights to see the situation ahead. The needle is illuminated by the light. Hands cover the eyes. Mina looked closely at the person in front. Blue hair and pointed ears are spirits. Save Feng see that. Turn the light on the side and ask. She also came to save the SAO spirit. Yes, when buying. Then she thought to herself, what's wrong with animals? These people are also slave traders. When I heard the news, I went to steal the spirit. In his hands he carried weapons. Kim said she wanted to save the spirits. Then, zealous. So have you seen a girl named Igina? She's also a spirit. Kim Moo heard the name Izina whisper. In my head, not out of calculation, short. These people who know Igina are probably Igina's assistants. Either way, we can't let them either. You can ruin my good. You have to trick them into coming back. She quickly turned her face. He showed a poor face, crying and running to the same place. Mina is standing begging. You guys are my friends, Izina, Sao. Igina and the other spirits have been captured. Please everyone save them. Then a period of time. Group of exiled people now standing in front of a cave. This is the cave that Izina used to rest. Everyone on the road must be tired. Take a break. I'll guard outside the cave. When buying full fake deer said, I'm with everyone who is warming up. You're welcome. You don't need to talk about Igina's situation first. Igina Sao rested again. Kim hesitated for a moment, and then she answered. There's a lot of cavalry in the Russian city. Inside are all traps. Izina just got in and was caught. How can you get out? Aveen asked Kimo, and I didn't go in. I'm too weak for you to let me go. Kimo's answer is a little wrong. Mina asked with suspicious eyes. If you don't go, you know there are traps inside. The more the needle is asked, the more it sweats. She stuttered. A few days ago I was watching nearby. How many people are there in Russia? Save Wind Eyes staring. When buying two-hand knit, put in front of chin probe. About more than 50 people. The fire's burning furiously. It startled the needle and turned it down. View from the painted door. One of the soldiers ran into the newspaper. The Lord investigated clearly. At the edge of the forest, there were 10 knights in ambush. There are 10 more in Russia. More than 100 people in total. When he heard the report, he stood up and asked, Can you find a place to trap spirits? The Kier immediately responded and was not injured. Needles standing next to, look at the wolf guard. Back to the wind. I don't know how. When he saw her expression, he asked, Kim, can you tell me? There are just over 100 riders. I stuttered. Kim can't think of anything to answer. Let's not pretend anymore. You have too many holes. Deliberately led us to this cave. Lying about the number of people in Russia. Probably to let us off guard. You're a Russian citizen, aren't you? Looks like you're part of this trap. Igina must have been tricked by her spiritual identity. So I was arrested. Now everything is exposed. When the plot becomes too angry for an hour, it's because she's so stupid. If I knew her fraudulent identity, I would scold her. You're a fraud, but Kim has to pay attention. She wagged her hair, laughing coldly. I'm a cheater. Izina is the scammer. Watch out, you don't know her true identity. Then Itina is a white muscle lover worth 1,000 yuans bad. After knowing the value of Igina, these people will show up for money. We can take advantage of the chaos and escape. Kim thought, and then she continued. She didn't tell you her true identity, Sao. I'm afraid they'll get her in exchange for money. To hear the true identity of Igina, the two eyes glowed and felt. Wow, I can't believe Igina loves white hair. Her name is so cool. I also want one. See, the attitude of the refugees is not as I calculated. The needle couldn't help but scream. Why don't you notice that? That's 1,000 yuans. How about 1,000 yuans? Izina is from the Atlantic City. I thought I could encourage you to drink. Save the wind to respond. Then he turned around and ordered her to be tied up. Save Igina first and deal with her later. The men of the Wolf Corps immediately took their orders, tied up the needle. In the sky right now, dark clouds are slowly covering the moon's light. It's still under the city. Command of rescue strategy. Please fight the first battle. Clean up patrol soldiers on the road. Clear, please answer. The wind continues to speak. The next two archers stand in the high position to prepare for retreat. The two of you picked it up. Finally, go back and tell the rest. Others follow me. The goal of this mission is to save lives. The mission time is only 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, whether you can complete the task or not, they all have to retreat. A lot of enemy riders. We can't let them surround us. The people behind immediately received orders to shout clearly. Finally, after the task is done, the wind spoke loudly. Everyone heard the order to start the mission. In the Russian capital, on one side, two soldiers are investigating. Please hide behind the corner and wait for those two to pass. They smacked them in the back of the head with a stick. The two men immediately fell unconscious. After being okay, he turned around and waved his hand. Suddenly from behind, a full armored cavalry corps. Discover a group of them. But I haven't been able to take any action yet. They were countless arrows, aimed directly at the place where no armor was fitted. The situation improved. He gave the order to save Isina. In prison, right now, blonde spirit girl, sad facial expression 7 Hope say. I can't believe you bought that kind of person. Isina immediately comforted when she heard it. I will definitely lead you out of here. Ken, a sound came out. It startled the spirits. Isina immediately stood up in front of them. Suddenly, a familiar voice echoed. In this room. Igina was stunned, her eyes couldn't hide their surprise. This voice is the owner. Save the wind with the sword and cut off the door lock. His face was filled with anxiety, asked Han Isina. You don't know. Irina looked at the person standing in front of her. His face was red. He came to save me. Igina didn't react. He then asked what he was still doing. Then he reached out to Igina with a sunny smile. Let's go home. Into non-Russian. In the prison. Group of exiled people. It's almost as if we saved the spirits. One of the battalions on the hand, holding a strange wooden box, stepped forward to give the wind. This is what you told me to bring. Save the wind opened the wooden box raw. There's something strange inside. What do you say, Irana? This is your forte. What? Igina couldn't help but wonder and looked closely at the box. This is a bow. Izina picked up the bow and pulled it. You look at it and think, I've never seen this kind of bow before. Outside the cell, a bunch of non-Russian knights are coming in. A blonde in the gorilla squad. Immediately notify Liu Feng, Master, we have been discovered. The wind immediately reacts. He drew his sword from his side. I didn't forget to remind Igina to take her bow. We're ready to retreat. Got it. Isina replied, and she turned to the other spirits and said, You prepare for good. The Lord has come to save us. Let's follow the Master. The Kier quickly responded. In the sky, the moon's still shining. The view in the sky, as opposed to underground warfare. Isina and the spirits look at the situation in front of. Group of people. You are bravely fighting the enemy. Save the armor and white shawl sword handle. Slamming a lot of enemies. Isina looked at it with deep admiration. It turns out that he's so powerful. Then her eyes were determined. Hands out the back. Take out the arrow on the basket behind your back. Aiming at the ocean, bow accurately, shooting at the enemy. A sharp arrow went straight through a rider's head. Igina was surprised to see this. I can't believe this arrow is so powerful. It can pierce through the armor. If I have it, I can leave this place. Together with the owner. Isina continued to bow and shoot at the knights. The right arrows are flying right at them. Igina did a good job and praised her. Finally, the knights became non-Russian. Most of them have fallen. There were only a few left in the middle of the war. The school raised its sword loudly. Complete the mission. Everyone quickly retreat. After retreating out of the Russian city, a group of people at this time are gathering in the forest. At first, report to the owner. We've cut off the horsemen. One said. Then he turned to Mina. Mina M and Aveng go check out Sundong. Let's see if the female spirit is still here. Mina said yes. Then the wind turned to ask. It's a tough squad for everyone. They're not hurt. Everyone said yes. So keep telling the good guys. Let's set up a guard. Let's take a break. Waiting for Mina to return. We're going back to the Atlantic. After everything is done. He closed his eyes against a tree. Igina slowly approached. Stand in front of the wind. To become a master. This time, I really thank the Lord for coming. Igina gives the bow and prepares to give it back for exile. You said it's a good tree. I know you want to give it back to me. The opposite is true of a good tree. You don't need it. Igina flushed. I don't deserve it. The owner should find a better person to use it. Why didn't this girl go as planned? My face is not helpless to think. Then answer. You are the worst. In this world, there's an AI better than the archery spirit. Come back to the Atlantic with me. Isina doesn't want to bring trouble to the Atlantic City. You rejected me. I can't go with you. I'm going to plague the Atlantic City. Save the door, sage, reassure Irina. Why would you say such a stupid thing? It's only 1,000 yuans, and I'll buy you back. Isina listened to what Liu Feng said. The red-faced master knows. Immediately admitted to the. That's right, I wasn't careful to hear it. You've been offered a 1,000 yuan's reward. But are you worried? You feel that the Atlantic cannot protect you. Listening to the question of Liu Fengyichi, La confused. Not. No, you and everyone risked their lives to save me. I really don't know what to give back. Then you lower your head and cover it. The face is red. I can't cause you any more trouble. Let the owner. I didn't find Igina any trouble. I've been reliving the Atlantic City scene. They only need to be citizens of the Atlantic. I'll never mind the fuss. I told you. No matter what race. Just live in the Atlantic City. I will definitely protect them. Then save the wind to hand to Asina continued. You too. No matter what troubles the Atlantic City. It's also my job. You don't have to worry. You can live well. But Asina is still a little worried. You try to explain yourself. I don't know much about hunters. The reward is great. You're worried someone's going to cause trouble. Save the comforting wind if someone offers a higher reward than you. Then, do you think so many people are paying attention to you? Izina asked in surprise. Someone has a higher reward than me. Save Feng, close your eyes, put your hand on your chin and think about something, but still did not forget to answer Igina well. This way is still not complete. But you don't have to worry. I know how to handle it myself. You just follow me back to Atlantic City. Finally, Asina compromises. Her face is getting more and more red. I'm of course content to go to the Atlantic. Izina agreed to the. I'm excited to say a lot of words. That's not good. It's just a job at a pizza place. It may not suit you anymore. But don't be afraid, I have a better position. When I come back, I will tell you slowly. And also your spirit friends. Go back to the Atlantic. Izina, thank you for saving me. Thank you to the master. Save Feng, hold her hand up softly, reassuring voice. Thank you for what this bow is for. Please tell me at the right time. Mina, after going to investigate the cave with Avizi, returned. Report missing the. The spirit girl is gone. Maybe burning the rope with fire. Mina predicts she must be back in Russia.